This is the future, Mark.
Wow.
What are your main regrets in life?
Happy wife, happy life. Happiness is not tomorrow. Happiness is right now. For the future.
No muscles, no brains.
Heart.
Friends, we have a very special guest for you today. A legend, the trusted advisor, the author of methodology used by government leaders and corporate heads. Please meet the inimitable star of the management world, Dr. Ichak Adizes. You are internationally known expert in topics of organizational changing management. Changes exist in all levels, corporate and personal, very, very fast in nowadays. Last week, Elon Musk conducted a presentation of SpaceX Starship, and before that, he presented the Neuralink vision. Robots already removed physical labors, then they can remove some our brain functions. What we have to do next, in what skills and in future will be the key?
Yeah, thank you for the question, because I was asked this question when I was in Moscow on my big BBI presentation to 1,400 people. Was the best question. What is the future of management? What is the future of humanity? Where are we going? And I thought along the lines that you said, if you look at the history of civilization, in the beginning we were chimpanzees, and then we were collecting fruit from the trees, we were nomadic, then we settled, grew wheat, then the beginning of the industrial society. There is a common denominator, muscles. The strongest hunter of the village was the head of the village, the strong muscle, the strength. Then advanced industrial revolution, we started thinking about efficiency, production line, supply chain. The brain came to play. Today, muscles are not so important anymore. It's all brain. We live in a data society, information society. If you look at Uber, the biggest taxi company in the world does not own one taxi. They own information. What does Facebook have? Information. What does Amazon have? The strength, information. We live in information society, brain. Now, with Elon Musk and artificial intelligence, there is even say that in 20 years, when the baby is born, they will put a chip in his head, and he'll be smarter than his parents, and he'll be connected to the cloud. No more Alzheimer, no more need for brain. What's the future? And I said the future is the heart.
No muscles, no brains.
Heart.
Heart.
You cannot replace the heart. Why heart? We are going through a very rapid rate of change, never repeated in the history of civilization. Tremendous rapid change. When you have a rapid change, whenever you have change, there is disintegration. Why? Because everything is a system, and every system is composed of subsystems, and the subsystems do not change at the same speed. Take a company, and that's what Elon Musk has a problem, is marketing changes very fast. Change the product, change the product. Sales takes a little bit time. Production, takes more time. Accounting, you should live long enough. It takes a long time. As the subsystems do not change at the same speed, it creates problems. That's why I had the problem with Tesla. He was selling more than he could produce. Boom, a problem. He almost lost the company. So, whenever there is change, there is disintegration. What's the solution? Integration. What is integration? Heart. We have to start managing more with the heart. And what does it mean? In my judgment, the future company that will be successful is the one who knows how to manage with love. Do you love your clients? Really love, not exploit them. How we can take money out of them. Really care. Like I use this example, I saw a restaurant that has a big sign on the wall. We will not feed you food we don't give our children.
Okay.
How many restaurants make it very tasty, but it's not good for you? They will not give it to their children. Do you really love your employees? Really care? Do you really care for the product? The success of Apple was Steve Jobs was crazy about the computer, the beautiful, well-operating computer. He loved the product. He loved the customer. Tell me how much love is in your life and I'll tell you how young you are. People that hate look old. People that love look young. So what will keep the company long life is not the brain anymore. It's going to be love. And that brings me to the shirt you have. Open the shirt. Do you see that?
Yes.
Let me tell you what that is for me. For thousands of years, we were living in a masculine society. Masculine society. The future is heart integration. Which finger integrates? Not this. This. That's the one that makes all the fingers come together. Feminine energy.
I remember your metaphoric story about what is the leader's role in an organization to keep all fingers in.
So this is now the future. I believe feminine energy is the future. But energy alone is not good. We will be all happy, go nowhere. The future is together. That is the sign.
It is the future, Mark.
The future. Masculine, feminine energy working together, which means we go forward together. Not forward, as I say, and not forward as long as you all agree. Forward together. That's the future of management. That's the future of leadership. That's the future of our civilization.
And in this case, on and off, I can hear torture education doesn't matter in a question of success. What is the relationship between education, torture education, and success in nowadays?
Because of change, we are getting old younger. Today, you can be old. In the music industry, my son is a composer. By the age of 25-year-old. In the tennis, by the age of 18-year-old. In the high tech, if you're 40 years old, you're old. Why? Because of rate of change. So what does it really mean then for education? Education should not be to know, but to know how to learn. When I got my doctorate, and I was very full of myself, I got my diploma in my hand, and students came out of a class taking an exam. I was holding my doctorate in my hand, and I said, let me see this exam. I would have failed. The day I got my doctorate, I was already obsolete. The world is changing so fast that to know is not good enough. Now what you have to do is learn how to continuously learn. Continuous. That's why my professor told me, Dr. Ichak, this is not the end, this is the beginning. And our education is to change now. To how do you learn to learn, not how do you learn to know.
What do you think? Technologies, all new things we can see now in the progress. How it will impact? Will it decrease or increase level of happiness?
Oof, what a good question. I was just interviewed by some big rabbi in the Kabbalah business. Kabbalah is happiness. And now it was the same question, so I'm interested in what you think. We all want to be happy. Good, but what does it mean to be happy? What makes you happy? That's a question. Just to say, I want to be happy, if you don't know what to do, it's an empty word, right? I'm saying is, for me, it's integration of something else. When what is going on, what you want to be going on, and what you believe should be going on is one and the same. This is called mine. A little child, one of the first words he says is the word mine. What is this mine business? What is mine? It's not proprietary. It doesn't know the difference between is, want, and should. And what happens as we grow up, they split, and now becoming unhappy. What is going on, you don't want to be going on. What you want to be going on should not be going on, and what should be going on is not going on, unhappy. How to bring them together? Big job.
Sorry?
Because big job, because of change. What is going on is changing. What should be going on, I don't know anymore. Everything is changing. What do I want? I don't know anymore. You go to psychiatrist, psychologist, doctor. Do I really want it or I don't want it? What do I really want? I don't. Look, the more higher the rate of change, the more psychiatrists, the more psychologists. Beverly Hills is full with psychologists because people are confused, unhappy. 3 cars in the garage, Rolls Royce, everything, unhappy because of rate of change. So what do we do? Here's what I think we do. Back to love. I believe everything we do, Radislav, I believe. The lectures you give, the studies you do, everything you do is to get love and give love. If you don't have love in your life, you're miserable. We are all miserable. All you need is happy wife, happy life. Unhappy wife, unhappy life. True? Because you need the love. You need love of your children, you need love of your neighbors. Love. What is love? God. We all want to get closer to God. How do we get there? I learned this from a guru in India, in the Himalayas. Stop expecting.
Stop what, say?
Expecting. The moment you say, I want it, I expect it, you'll be miserable. What is. Do your best, leave the rest to God.
Difficult task for entrepreneur. His decision had to be, all problems had to be done, decision had to be made, and employee doing many things wrong. How to be happy being an entrepreneur?
You cannot be. I believe the entrepreneurs, if they're happy, they're not entrepreneurs. They get their entrepreneurship by seeing something wrong all the time. A good entrepreneur always finds something wrong. He has to improve, he has to change, he has to do something different. He's a very unhappy person. Being happy is not easy. Being happy means looking at the world without trying to control it. Entrepreneurs try to control everything. They try to control the family. You know, I saw you. Anyway, so they try to control everything because they're unhappy by nature. Because everything needs to be changed. Everything has to be improved. Everything has to be different. They always look for what's wrong, never look for what's right.
We started with the future and management, and we moved to the question of happiness. One of my last books is about life balance and happiness, and I'm interested. It's interesting for me how successful people define happiness. What is their conception? What is your definition?
You know, a rich guy was walking down the street and he saw a poor guy, homeless guy. Poor guy, not homeless. And he kind of arrogant said, you know, you don't have what I have. And the poor guy says, I have what you don't have. What is it? Enough.
Mm-hmm.
Enough. I think the secret of happiness is to say, Enough. If the Jewish sages say, who is happy? Who is happy with what he has? Because there is never end to what else you want. Never. I have a client who is a very, very big billionaire. His company is about $12.5 billion. And he's still fighting the next, the next company. The next, he's going to buy another one. And says, you already have a yacht in the Mediterranean. You have a yacht in the Atlantic. You have a house in everywhere in the world. What change will make if you make another $1 billion? Says nothing. So why are you doing it? It's like climbing a mountain. There is another mountain to climb. You will never be happy. When you say what I have is good enough, it doesn't mean I stop.
Doesn't it any conflict between...
Happiness is not a destination, Radislav. Happiness is a condition of your journey. If you make happiness a destination, it always moves. It's like a horizon. You get closer, the horizon moves. You get closer, it's a Brazilian song. The horizon does not exist. You always move, the horizon moves. You will always be unhappy. It is a condition of your journey. I'm happy where I am. There is a horizon. I'm moving there, but I'm happy where I am. Not I will be happy because when I get there. Happiness is not tomorrow. Happiness is right now.
But isn't it the reason being successful? Not enough now? Do something
Again,
else?
success is not
step.
a destination. Look, I take myself.
Isn't the
I
conflict
take myself.
between success?
I personal. I'm unhappy that I'm not a bestseller in America. I'm bestseller in Russia, in many countries, not in America. So I should be miserable, right?
Yeah.
I'm not. It's
You're
not
happy
up to
with
me.
it?
It's not up to me. I really believe it's up to God. It's up to conditions. America, everybody is a guru. Anybody can speak fast is a guru. We have more gurus there in management than we have trees. Very difficult. Everybody is a guru. They make a book, bestseller, 1 minute manager. In 1 minute, how to be a best manager. This is bullshit,
1 minute how to be the best of the best.
So, I write my book for myself. If they read it, good. If they don't read it, fine. It's not a destination. It is to do the best you can, to be happy with what you do, to be proud of what you do. I call it management by pride. Are you proud of what you do? Yes. The rest of it is bullshit.
You're very famous in Russia. Many people know your books and Adizes Insights. We're reading that. And when I asked my subscribers, if you were me, what would you ask Dr. Adizes? And now several questions from my subscribers, okay?
Good, sure.
Most of they are personal. First of them, Dr. Adizes, what are the secrets of your success?
My miserable childhood.
Really?
Well, I didn't have a good childhood, Second World War, and being Jewish was not easy. I was in a concentration camp. Then, being anti-Semitically attacked at school all the time. Then being a newcomer to Israel and I don't speak the language and I'm foreigner and I'm always isolated. And because of that, trying to prove that I'm worthy. That's it.
Are the difficulties condition of success, of being successful?
Bad things can turn to be good if you make them good.
What my kids have to do, they're good. They live in comfortable conditions. I pay for their learning in good schools and so on. How they can get the success in this case? There are no difficulties in their life. I try to avoid all difficulties, all problems.
Sure,
for them.
No, that's not.
What to do? What can help them being successful? I can attack them in my home.
Somebody did a very interesting research. When a butterfly was coming out of a cocoon, struggling to come out, and he helped it come out. The butterfly died. The struggling to come out of the cocoon gives you strength to fly. If you help it too much, it will not fly. Don't be so protective. Let them fall to learn. My way of and I have successful children, thanks God. I say, are you proud? Are you proud of what you do? Did you do your best? I did my best and I got a very bad grade. Fine. You did your best. You really did your best. Ask yourself. You are the secret of success, not outside there. Are you doing your best? I have books which I'm very proud of, which are not bestsellers. I'm still proud of them because I did my best. After that, so the way I believe to make them successful is to make them comfortable in their skin, which means I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. I'm happy with myself. I don't wait for somebody else to tell me I'm successful. I'm happy with myself. Comfortable with myself. That's what the children have to learn, how to be comfortable with themselves.
By the way, you are very busy all your life. And what did you do to help your son? As we know, he's a successful composer.
Yeah.
How did you help? Or you did nothing?
No, I'm trying to do exactly what I told you now, because he wants to be a very famous artist. And I tell him, the goal is not how many people are going to come to your program. Are you happy with the music you write? Are you happy with the music? But nobody knows about it, okay? Are you happy with doing your promotion? I'm doing my best with the promotion, okay? If you're doing your best promotion, best music, it's not happening. Maybe it should not be happening. I think when people try to control, they're trying to play the role of God. Even God does not control the world. Listen to me. We learned this already early in the Bible. And I'm not a religious man. I just look at it as a philosophy. He brought 40 days of rain, a flood, and killed everybody except Noah in the ark. And then after 40 days, God said, this is not going to work. I cannot make them righteous. If God is so powerful, why does it make you saint? He cannot. It's up to you. He cannot. Even God admits he's not that powerful. And to remind himself to stop the rain, he brings a rainbow to remind himself. God is even forgetful. He's very human. So all these people say, I must be successful no matter what. I'm going to start a war. I'm going to conquer the world. I'm going to kill millions of people. Who are you? I think success is humility. To know your limits. To accept who you are. I would like to be tall like you. I'm not.
So, the next question from subscribers. Which of your life goals have not yet achieved? And what are your main regrets in life?
Wow. You're very intelligent subscribers.
You know why?
What I have not achieved. I had a dream which I'm
Not achieved yet.
My dream is so high that I don't think I'm going to achieve it. But there is a, again, Jewish sages expression. It's not for you to do it. It's not up to you to do it. Because we are all human. We have a limited lifespan. If you try to do it yourself, you're not going to achieve it. You need to have others that share your vision to follow and continue, because your lifespan is short. And I don't know whether I've created the continuity. That's what I'm afraid of. Because if I see that there is continuity, then I can go. Because someone is going to continue the vision. That's up, we'll see what happens. So I don't feel comfortable just people reading my books. I mean, reading the books is nice, but it's not good enough. Because what I wanted to establish is a hospital for organizations. Organizations get sick. And now not to have just a coach or a consultant write report, a hospital for organization, where we treat organizations. And I developed the methodology. I have the methodology, I have manuals, I have protocols, everything is ready. But the organization is not ready. And that's what I don't know whether I'm going to achieve it or not. And then even when you achieve it, whether it's going to be living up to the standards that I have, or it's going to kind of become Inca ruins, I don't know. Shimon Peres, jokingly, was a good friend, Nobel Prize winner in peace. He died 90-some years old. Ask him, what do you want to be written on your what is it called? On your stone. He says, died prematurely. Mm-hmm. We all die prematurely because we all have dreams which are not fulfilled. We have to live with that. And the second question you had is, what was the second one?
What are your main regrets?
Hope you don't make me cry. I didn't spend enough time with my children. That's my biggest, and you cannot repair it. I was traveling too much around the world, lecturing, trying to change the world, not spend enough time with my children.
And they are not children already.
They're big now. Yeah. And some of them have their own families. Many of the entrepreneurs wake up to that realization when they have the grandchildren. Now they give everything to the grandchildren, what they did not give their children.
It's not the same.
Not the same.
Okay. The next question. I received a lot of questions, but I deleted most of them. But I left this one. Who controls the world we live in? Who controls the world?
Okay, I was asked about, I think 10 years ago, by 100 Jesuit priests to speak to them what I believe is God. And I'm not a religious man, so what is God? 200 Jesuit priests, I mean, that was a big challenge. I took it on myself. I tell you the conclusion I arrived. Who controls the world? They say God. What is God? God, for me, is not some Zeus-like sitting on a chair, watching, you will live, you will die, you bad guy, you good guy. No. That's Zeus. You still copy Zeus one way or another. I believe God is an operating system, is an algorithm with rules. And the rules are all complementary energies. Everything is complementary energies. Everything you see is complementary energies. And the rules, how the system operates. It's an operating system that runs everything that's happening. And everything you see is an application of that operating system. A tree is an application. We and the tree share a lot of commonality. So there is an operating system and applications. And everything you see is an application of the same operating system.
Unique application, but they...
Unique, but they have a commonality in operating system. Now, the operating system I think I know what it is. It's synergy and symbiotic relationships. Symbiotic is growthful, evolutionary, synergistically, interrelated. We are all interrelated. So synergy and symbiosis, which is driven by which is manifested in conflict, because they're in conflict. And the conflict can be destructive or constructive. And I believe the world is not created just by God, but also by the devil. It's a complementary team of them. Both of them created the world. Now, if you worship love, you serve God. Integration, constructive conflict. If you serve disintegration, like Nazism, racism, fascism, communism, fanatic religion, what happens? One way, another way. That's not synergy. Look at this.
But how all these things exist?
Look at this. You see this? What do you see here? You go to church. The saint is standing like this. All the saints are standing like this. What the hell is this? Be different together. That is a message. That is a blessing. And this is, don't be together. That's what happens, okay, in a marriage. We are different, not together. Different together. Now, fascism, racism, communism, they all say, be together the same. Look what happened. Paralysis. It will break down. There is no change. The trick is to change together. So, who is creating, what is managing the world is a system with rules. And if you understand the rules, which I think I do, is you know how to make the system work for you and not against you. Right now, we are falling apart. The world is falling apart. And my job is try to teach not to allow that to happen.
And jumping from these global questions to the practical question of business, the next question is, there are many entrepreneurship and startups are hyped now. It's, many people are thinking to start their own business. And when is better to start? To save money, to become married, to have experience as employee in a big company, to have to get a high level education, or to start right here, right now, without money, without knowledge, and so on, to start as soon as possible. Which strategy will be better?
You're missing the most important ingredient. The most important ingredient you're missing. Start it when you cannot help it. You cannot help it. You're in love with what you want to do. An entrepreneur that wants to make money and does not love what he's doing, he will fail. You need to be passionate about what you do. You are so much in love, you can't help it. For me, successful business is passion. Successful businessmen are passionate about their job. Steve Jobs was passionate about the computer. You know, I think Elon Musk is passionate about what he does. Passionate, he's divorced, he's passionate. So don't wait. And the passion is not, I will be passionate tomorrow. No, no, no. Whenever you're passionate about something, go and do it. If you're not passionate about it, I'm preparing myself to be passionate. No. And I think education can be even not good for you. Look at the top entrepreneurs that didn't finish school. Because when you go to school, they teach you so much that you're afraid to make any move because you know too much. Some of my entrepreneurial clients do not know enough, thanks God, because they dare to do something. They're passionate about it. I would say education should be there, but be careful how much you have it. Especially today, we teach too much. We teach too much. People are...
Many colleagues
they have an answer before they know the
less
question.
than we need.
They have the answer before they know the question. The important thing is be passionate about what you do. Because if you're passionate about what you do, you will make mistakes, you will learn from the mistakes, then the learning has value. It's not learning for nothing, it's learning for something you want to do.
That's it. Dear
Okay.
Dr. Adizes, thank you for your
Radislav.
time.
Thank
As
you.
you know, in an hour from now, you will present
Спасибо.
for 50,000 people, and
Good.
all the best in your presentation.
Thank you.
And good luck in all issues
I drink
you
to
do.
that.
Thank you.